What are we teaching today?
We're teaching supply and demand.
Who is supply and demand?
But he's a nice guy, though.
What's up? I'm Thomas. I'm gonna teach you about something called demand. This goes along with supply. That guy right there is gonna teach you supply. But me, I'm demand.
Oh, hey, so today we're gonna consumer.
First question, what is demand? Demand is the different quantities of goods that consumers are willing and able to buy. Demand of like pizzas. If people are really hungry, they're gonna want pizzas and they're gonna be willing to buy a certain amount of pizzas. That's my analogy. One important concept of demand is that demand is the inverse of the price and quantity demanded. What does it mean when I say that the quantity demanded is an inverse of the price? Basically, if the prices of a nice slice of pizza down the road drops, the amount of people that are willing to buy that slice of pizza is gonna go way up. I mean, like, what do you wanna buy? Do you wanna buy a pizza for $8? Or would you like to buy a pizza for 50 cents? 50 cents. Thank you very much. What is it, CJ?
Supply is the different quantities of a good and that sellers are willing, able, and sell different prices. I gotta sneeze.
Okay, so anyways, supply is pretty much the opposite of demand in the way it interacts on the graph. So instead of having a like indirect relationship when it comes to like the price changes, it has a direct. If the price of something goes up, the quantity of it will also go up. If the price of something goes down, the quantity of something will also go down. Production costs. Production costs can affect how much a company will produce. If the production costs are super high, then they may not make as many products, or they may make a set amount of products, depending on like the law of diminishing marginal utility.
Utility equals satisfaction.
So production costs will affect supply depending on, it will change how much a company produces of a product. And that's because of the law of diminishing marginal utility. A simple summary of law of diminishing marginal utility. If a company makes like a shit ton of a good, like a Thneed from the Lorax.
Good point.
What's his name?
The Lorax is the guy. No, the guy who makes them. I don't know.
But anyway,
the one slur.
Yeah, the one
slur. The one slur.
So the one slur gets a Thneed, makes the first Thneed, and then everyone goes crazy about it, and he makes a shit ton, and he cuts down an entire forest like an asshole. And then because then people are kind of like, they don't really give a shit about it anymore. Plus, he like already cut down an entire forest.
And there's an unlimited amount of trees, so like the supply is starting to decrease and decrease because eventually.
Right. That's a shifter. That's a shifter in supply is natural resources.
The one slur cuts down all of the production costs because he makes the massive ass factory where he doesn't need anyone. He doesn't need to pay anyone. Literally, it's just his family and a huge factory.
Yeah, the machines are doing everything.
Like his production costs.
Yeah, it doesn't need to pay for
so that's pretty much supply. They kind of just like work together.
Back at it. Me and Winston are here to talk to you about supply and demand. Here, I'll give you an example. This Seaside Pizza and Grill. The line is extraneously long. This is because the demand for pizza and grilled products rise exponentially during the later hours because more people want Seaside Heights Pizza.
FRQ. A new report by the American Medical Association reveals that chocolate does, in fact, have significant health benefits. Now, this will absolutely skyrocket the demand for chocolate products, but I guess you could say chocolate ice cream too, because, you know, ice cream's not the healthiest thing in the world, but if it was found to have like huge health benefits, people would be buying it in bulk like crazy. Discovery of cheaper synthetic vanilla flavoring lowers the price of vanilla ice cream. So this was the cost of production, stuff that we were talking about before. So because this synthetic vanilla flavoring stuff like lowers the price by a huge amount, the company's gonna be able to produce a lot more ice cream and a lot more of their products in like that vanilla flavoring or whatever. So that means the supply will skyrocket because they'll be able to produce tons of it. New technology for mixing and freezing ice cream lowers manufacturers' costs of producing chocolate ice cream. This is similar to what I was talking about before. with the cost of production, because when the cost of production goes down for a company, they love that because they always want profit. Like that's the one thing they look for. So when the costs go down, they can change their prices accordingly, and then they'll be able to produce more than
Yeah.
they were able to before.
Yeah, faster
That's the FRQ.
and more.
That's the FRQ.
Dude, where the fuck is this? 2-hour drive.
Run.